Well, welcome. My name is Superintendent Key.
My name is Charlotte P. I'm a behavior specialist, and we are Lesse and Les
in the morning. Hey, welcome. So today's subject, we want to talk about mental health.
Yes, and actually we're excited because we got this topic from one of our very own students. So that makes us feel really good about talking about it because we know it'll hit home
with our young people. So mental health, it can cover, I guess, a conglomerate of people, different people from every socio-economic background, from every race, place, color, country, county, creed. Nobody escapes the mental.
No. It has no one person that it targets. It targets everyone.
Right. But here at Westwood Heights, we're concerned about our staff and students. And so we want to talk about mental health from for our students and for our staff and what they should be looking for to help our kids navigate mental health and how the complexities of it, I guess.
Yeah. So from our research, we found out that mental health affects our students academically, socially. It affects their attendance at school. It affects their overall well-being, stress, and maintaining friendships.
So academically, how does it, affect our kids?
Students have difficulty focusing in classes. They have lower test grades and lower assignment grades. Their increase in absenteeism is very, very big. And they have difficulty completing homework assignments.
So we can see that, mental health problems or challenges affect our kid for a plethora of reasons. And it could be the environment at home is not healthy. It could be...
or they're dealing with something like within their friend group or at school that they just don't tell nobody about.
Right. What about death of a loved one and friends?
Yeah.
That is huge right there.
Yeah, because a lot of our students, they have like a hard time expressing emotions. They kind of like, everything is like blah.
Right, or they just keep it in, and or they'll talk to somebody who is not trained.
Correct.
In how to help them, which is normal, right? Because they trust their friends. Yeah. And it's kind of hard sometimes.
But sometimes our friends aren't always the best person. Because I know my friends, they'll always tell me, and you're not wrong. And I know I be wrong.
Or they'll kind of excuse it away. No, you're okay, when it's really not okay.
Yeah. But then it affects them mentally because it builds up and it's never fixed. So then we're compiling things on top of other things and it becomes a bigger problem.
Right. So if what's on the inside of them doesn't come out, it usually affects them in a negative way. Or if it ever comes out, it explodes in a negative way. And so what are we doing here at Westwood Heights to help our students with mental health, with when they have issues and things of that nature?
So we have a variety of people they could come talk to. Some students have great relationships with their teachers, so they could talk to their teachers about anything, but we also have a great staff here. Our social workers are phenomenal. And I know every time a student comes in my office, because I deal with behavior, but if it's an issue bigger than me, and I know it's bigger than me, I send them right to the social worker.
Okay. So how does how does mental health affect our students' behavior?
They act out a lot. So a lot of the times, most students, their behavior is from mental health, or they're dealing with something outside of here, or even they just can't talk to anybody about, so they act out in a different way. Some students don't focus in class, so ADHD is really big, and it comes from mental health issues, ADD as well. Some students are depressed, so they're very angry, which is a mental health issue. And some students, like my brother, like he deals with things where he joke a lot about it, but it's still a mental health issue.
For sure.
He don't get angry, he don't get mad, but everything is a joke when he's dealing with something. So some kids, just because you're happy, that doesn't mean you're not going through anything. It's just how you deal with stuff.
Right. I had a cousin like that. Everything was funny, which can offend people.
Yeah.
But that's how they process or how they deal with things.
Yep.
And so other than talking to our, so do we have any suggestions for staff, right? Say that our staff is going through a mental health crisis, or they're feeling depressed, they're feeling anxiety, they feeling like they want to be disruptive in their own classroom. What do you suggest? What do you suggest that our staff members do? Because sometimes they'll take stuff out on students and not really realize it.
Yeah. We as adults, we don't always do stuff right as well. Like, we still learn it. I'm that person that think you learn until you pass away. So as a staff person, take them 5 minutes, take a time out, call somebody into your room, say you need a breather. It's okay. You're human. You don't have to work through everything or even try to fix it on your own. Like, it's okay to get help. It's okay to say, I need a breather. I need 5 minutes. I need some time. Because when we do take it out on students, it becomes a bigger problem.
Absolutely. I know that we encourage staff to take mental health days, right? Mm-hmm. We don't want you to take all your days at one time, right? But take them as needed. And then my thing is, if you decide to take a mental health day, actually do something mental health wise, right?
Yes. Do some self-care. I think adults, we go, and we forget about the self-care. Like, go get a massage, go get a facial, or just meditate on your own, without no distractions. That'll just clear your mind.
I'm glad you said that, because I was just talking to one of our leaders in the district and asked, because they deal with this type of thing, and I was like, what are suggestions can we give the staff and students to help them take care of themselves? So on their way to school or on their way home, take 3 minutes to just meditate and relax, like you said.
Yeah.
Have somebody to hold them accountable, right?
Absolutely.
So if you have a friend out there that you are willing to allow to call you and say, how are you doing? And then actually trusting them enough to share that information, that could be a great way to deal with your mental health. Look, today I'm struggling. And so let your partner, challenge you. So what did you do about it? Man, I went and ate a whole bowl of ice cream, or I went and, cut the light off and put my head under the covers.
Yeah.
So that's not a great solution at all, right? And so I think having you guys sitting down together and saying, okay, if you're going through some type of thing, these are the solutions, like going outside, getting some fresh air. The sunshine is great. One of the solutions that I think could be helpful when people are depressed is going to help somebody else.
Yeah. Or even those, I went to a PBIS training last year. Even the circles work really well.
Okay.
If a student can initiate it, a teacher can initiate it, but just say, I think we need to do a circle real quick. And it's just a 15-minute, wind down. Everybody is participating, so there's it's a safe space. So, and if sometimes when one student opens up, another student opens up as well.
Sure.
And then it become an even better conversation. But if I know you going through something too, then we can help each other.
Sure.
But sometimes, like, people don't wear their feelings on their sleeves, or they can cover it up real good. So I might think you're just happy all the time when inside you're really crushed. But that doesn't make it good because you're covering it up.
For sure.
Because one day, like you said, you'll explode. So teachers and students, communicate with each other. Sometimes I think it's all about how you approach something as opposed to, what it is. So I feel like if a student go to a teacher, we should have a circle. First of all, that teacher's going to be impressed. And then second of all, it might help somebody else in the class.
Right. And I'm glad you mentioned safe space, because social media, right, can be good or bad. It depends on how you decide to use it. But you can create a social media group. Yeah. And really focus in on what's bothering you. So if how you get depressed is because you lost a loved one, you can create a social media group that focuses on depression, dealing with the loss of a loved one, or dealing with loneliness, or
with your peers too.
With your peers as well. So those are great opportunities to deal with depression. We know that people get depressed this time of year because the sun is not out. It's getting cold.
And it's the holidays. You think about loved ones you've lost, or not even lost. Like, some people are incarcerated or something and they just can't be there. So it is depressing.
Or just family don't get together. So what are some suggestions you think that can help them during those holiday times?
I think speaking about good times helps, or doing something positive, or just doing something everybody would enjoy doing, as opposed to, sometimes some families say, I don't want to do that. No, everybody participate, whether you want to or not.
Right. one of the things I would think about is if you don't have anybody to spend the holidays with, go find somebody to spend the holiday with, right? We got soup kitchens, we got homeless shelters, we got a lot of ministries that do outreach, right? Because I know that anytime that I help other people,
it makes me feel good.
It makes me feel so good to help those who are less fortunate, and then it just kind of gives me some insight on, I might be doing bad, but there is always somebody who's worse.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone's always doing worse than what we think. What we think is bad, someone else would say, oh, that's a walk in the park. But I can't judge your bad. My bad is my bad. And we, as students, we got to get away from that too, and staff. Like, just because it's minute to me, it might be major to them. So I got to treat it like it's major to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Put yourself in other people's shoes. That's another thing too, right?
Yeah.
Put yourself where they might be, right?
And I think that's too, we have issues with not just our schools in general, students and young adults and adults as a whole. Like sometimes I know parents and older people may think a student's issue isn't that big, but it is big to them.
Right.
So we can't say it's not big.
Especially when they can't control it.
Yeah.
Say it's something that's out of their control. And I remember talking to a young student years ago, and I asked her how her Christmas was, and she said, it was okay, I ate. I said, did you guys get any gifts? She said, no, we're homeless. And because she had got in trouble, and I told her I knew the reason why. I said, I know why you're in trouble, because I got in trouble that way. You're trying to kill the pain in your life, and so she opened up to me and let me know some things. So you just got to be sensitive, go a little deeper. Another thing you can do to help deal with your own depression is go first sometime. To have a friend, you got to first what? Show yourself friendly. So it's okay to be friendly towards other people. Don't allow people that's less fortunate yourself to be bullied, harassed, or intimidated. And just reaching out a helping hand or just saying
a simple
hi.
smile sometimes.
Simple smile will help some other people. Wow.
Yeah. So what do you think some of our teachers can do to help some of the students if they see a problem?
Well, befriend them or inform somebody, right? Because I know that some kids like Mr. Key and some kids don't.
Correct.
So if I'm dealing with a student who really doesn't care for Mr. Key, I'm going to find somebody, right? I'm going to say, Charlesse, this young person right here, they don't really care for me, but something is going on with them. Can we figure out something to help them? Use their, Coach Lee or the coaches in the building, go to the administrators, because at the end of the day, we want all students to be healthy, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all the above, right?
Yeah.
So just give kids a chance, right? Just like you as an adult want a chance, because we want each adult to give each other a chance. If a teacher see another teacher struggling, how you extending that olive branch to them? Even if you got personality conflicts, that's a sign of maturity to me.
Just say, do you need like 5 minutes? I'll watch your class.
Right.
I got you for 5 minutes, because it might come a day where I need your 5 minutes too.
Right. Now, one of the things that was mentioned to me was the whole mindfulness thing, just taking the time and just being mindful. And however you decide to do that, I think that was told to me that helps out with depression and difficult situations.
Yeah, so I took a mindfulness training too, and I wasn't aware that the trainer says sometimes we are just on the go. Like, we wake up, we get in the shower, we do this, but we don't enjoy that moment. So, and I never realized it till she talked about it and explained it. So sometimes when we are in the shower, we're just hurrying up to get to where we're going instead of enjoying
Automatic
that moment.
pilot.
Yeah. So I think the mindfulness in that, like, I think some students are just on the go. Like, they're not even enjoying moments. They're just on the go. So I think that could help a lot with mental health.
Yeah.
If you just enjoy moments, like, don't look for what's next. Just enjoy the moment that you're in. Right.
Now, one of the things we would encourage our students and staff, if you guys got any ideas, go ahead and let your leaders know. Right? Hey, let's have a mindfulness awareness day. Right?
Yeah.
So each class, let's just be mindful that we're in this class. Like I'm always mindful of being in the studio here, right? And how
you love it.
I do love it, don't I? And I'm like, man, we create so many opportunities for our students, And even our staff who want to participate in different things, I just want our people to appreciate it and enjoy it. And so I kind of think about those things all the time. So we want our staff to be, and our students to take advantage of it as well.
Yeah, or even find your happy place.
Yes.
I think that will help.
Mine is on the fishing bank or in a boat fishing for fish. I love fishing. It just relaxes me. Some people like playing golf. Find a hobby, right, that makes you happy.
Yeah. Or just a happy space. Like, it could be your living room watching TV. If that's your happy space, that's your happy space.
For me in the district is going to visit the kindergartners and first graders.
Oh, their personalities are.
Oh my God, they are such the greatest little kids. And then I like coming to the high school as well because we have great kids here in the middle high school. So I like visiting our students in the district. So what are some of the things that we can do with early intervention if kids are noticing or staff are noticing it?
Direct them to the right person. Like I said, I think sometimes teachers in classes, students will come down to behavior, crying, and that's not a behavior issue. That's something else.
But they love you enough to come in.
They love me enough to come, but me, as adults, we have to be mindful of our expertise too.
Very good.
So I know my expertise is this, so I'm going to send you to the expert to take care of that.
And what if the kid just say, look, I don't want to talk to them. I want to talk with you.
I'm going to sit in on it.
Okay.
I'll sit in on it.
That's great, yeah.
I'll sit in on it. So you, as staff, we need to build relationships with each other outside of anything else. Build a relationship because we're here for the kids. So I build relationships, and the social workers, they don't have a problem coming into my office, talking to a kid, and I'll say, I'm going to stay here, but I'm just going to be here because I got a relationship with the student.
For sure.
So after the students see that, oh, I like them, so you can like them too, then they on their own.
How about building a positive school culture and climate?
It starts at the door. It starts when you get through the door. So when the kids walk through the door, I try to, and I know a lot of staff does, we meet them at the door and we try to greet them with a smile. Because anything else outside of the kids and the love that we have for what we do here, it needs to stay at the door.
Right. I remember coming in and I'd be like, good morning. And they'll just look at me. And I'll say, good morning, right? Because I don't take it personal. I don't know what happened to them on their way from school, on the bus, right, to the front door. In the car. However the situation, what happened last night, right? They go through a lot of stuff, even with adults, right? Mm-hmm. And so we as leaders and those who deal with our people, we should greet one another.
Yeah.
And try to be positive. I live the dream every day. I know when people ask me, that's my thing. I might come up with a new saying, but until in the meantime and in between time, right? I live the dream every day. I say I don't care what grown folks do, right? Yeah. Because I love kids. I do what I do.
And I think students don't know how much they affect our mental health too. Like some days we come in here not so great, but they'll change our mindset. They'll change our attitudes too.
Right.
So, and I always try to let them know, like, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate you doing that. I was having a bad day.
Oh, okay. I see. That's a place of vulnerability on your part, which is great. So how did you develop that vulnerability? Because people are afraid to be vulnerable because if they are vulnerable, then that student can turn around. Well, I didn't mean to make you feel better, so they can do something, or that an adult can do something to turn around and because misery loves company. That's what you hear anyway. So how did you get to that point in your own self?
Because I always want to treat people how I want them to treat me, regardless of how they feel or what they like. If I treat you nice, you can be mean, but you're probably gonna look a little crazy being mean to somebody that's nice. That's just like in a fight with somebody that's not fighting you back.
Right. Wow. Okay.
And a lot of people they're not vulnerable. They won't say, I was having a bad day. But sometimes students need to know that we're human. Yeah, we're adults. We're, they're supposed to look up to us, but we're human too. So.
Right.
And I think some students, they lack, not respect, but they lack like emotions for people that show that they're not human. So they'll say, they don't care anyways.
Right. So showing humanity helps.
Yeah, a lot.
Showing humanity helps. Okay. Well, we do have, what's it, DHS?
Yep.
All right. So we do have DHS people that come in the district and come in the buildings. And so just keep those things in mind. Students, staff, remember, if we're having a hard time, reach out to someone, whoever you trust. Have an accountability partner to check on you and check on others, and find somebody to help, right? Because like I said, when I'm helping others, I always feel good about it.
Yeah.
And,
Or students even do affirmations for yourself. Like I know some of my mirrors at home, I got affirmations all around them.
okay, that's fine. Yep. Self-talk, right? Instead of saying you're this or that, say something good about yourself.
Yeah, even if it's the smallest thing, like I got pretty eyes or something.
Right. I know. You hear things like they always want somebody tall, dark, and handsome. I said, well, I got 2 out of 3. That ain't bad. Mr. Key short, but I'm still dark and handsome, right? So you can speak to yourself in a way to motivate yourself and in positive self-talk. All right.
Okay.
So we got anything else?
I don't have anything else.
All right.
This was fun.
This was fun.
I liked it.
I think I
this
like
one.
all our podcasts so far. They've been great subjects. Remember, if you guys got anything out there that you guys want us to speak on, that we need to bring attention to here in the Westwood Heights Community School District, or just to the community at large, dealing with our parents and our staff, our students, our community, however it is, our elementary, whatever the situation may be, please email us, let us know, and we'll be happy to sit with you. We don't mind having a guest that might be an expert
Yeah.
in a situation, and we want to talk with students. We did have somebody on deck today, but her hair wasn't done correctly, she felt, and so, but she still looks great anyway, it don't matter. And so, but yeah, reach out to us and let us know. And so we just want to thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you so much.
Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.